Why do we have parking and pickup rules? A video by Mr. Jenkin. A, because we are a Catholic school and everybody knows that Catholic schools like rules. B, to give us one more way to hand out detentions. C, I said C, to annoy your parents so they will hate us. I don't know, Mr. Jenkin. Please tell us. This is a map of our school. It's as good as my drawing gets. This street here is Overland. This street over here is Selby. Long, long ago, the school was built in 1949, and pretty much all this other area out here was empty. Well, I guess there were a few houses, but certainly not like it is today. In fact, I can remember over here on the corner of National and Overland, there used to be a swimming pool. It was called Kay Murray's, a swimming pool. You see, blue water. It's called Kay Murray's, and that's where I learned how to swim. And after I would take my swimming lesson, on the corner over here was a corn stand where a farmer would come and sell corn, believe it or not. The area where our school is called a whoops, come on now, let's get a pen. Called a residential area. It is zoned that way by the city. What does that mean, that it is zoned? Well, some cities, like Dallas, Texas, don't have zones. And I have been in Dallas, Texas, and I have seen a house. And since they don't have any zones, there's a house, right? There's a windows. Let's make a little chimney. And right next to the house, literally, right next to the house, is a 20-story skyscraper. That is what happens when you have a city where there are no zones. We have a city that does have zones, and our zone is a residential zone, meaning everything in our city, in our zone, has to be a residence. As you know, our school, we'll make it red, NDA, it's pretty good, huh? It's an elementary school. Here, let's put the columns in the front. NDA is a school. It is not a residence. So, when they let us build the school, they gave us a permit to violate the zone. And that permit is called a conditional use permit, or a CUP. In other words, it is a permit, whoops, come on, let's spell it right, P-E-R-M-I-T, a permit to use the area as a school, but it has certain conditions. And if we violate those conditions, they will take away our right to have a school here. Bummer. One of those conditions is that all students must park in the parking lot. I know some of you would like to park on the street. It might be easier to get out. But all students must park in the parking lot. The residents in the neighborhood do not like it when you park on the street. And this is a residential zone. Another condition is that all pickups and drop-offs must be in the areas marked off on Overland and Selby. Remember, we are in a residential area. Residential area right there. Even though we were here first, it is a residential area, and the residents in the area have laid out these conditions to allow us to have the school. If we violate those rules, we're back over to here, and we find out that violating those rules is a, whoops, bummer. See how it's all blocked off right there? Even though I made a bunch of extra squares. But it is a bummer. So, when your parents line up over here on Overland and wait for our cars that are in our designated spot, whoops, that's like right here, to leave, they're blocking traffic. That is a violation of the conditional use permit. When your parents come and drive on whatever that street is, Clarkson, and then turn right onto Selby, not only are they violating our conditional use permit, there's all these other people across the street, see where my arrow is, and lined up way back here that are waiting in line. So they are cutting in line, and I know they don't want to do that. So I would encourage you to give your parents the quiz. And then, if they don't know the answer, show them the video. That way we can all be happy and have proper pickup and drop off and not get in trouble with our conditional use permit and be nice to our neighbors. And Mrs. Vogler can do more important things than announcing every day that we need to be careful about the drop off and pickup. Okay? Thank you very much. Bye-bye.